Hello everyone and welcome to today's podcast. If life is a game of chess that must be solved, the ultimate winning strategy isn't mastering the rules, it's the art of demagnetization. Today, we dive into volume 31 of the Avadamsaka Sutra to discuss how, through demagnetization and humility, we can instantly dissolve the karmic forces that leave us bruised and battered. Chapter E, the prologue. Can you truly see the microscopic truth? There is a profound verse in the sutra with a mind of non-attachment and liberation, establishing deep aspiration and joy. One practices the conduct of Samantabhadra, and can know the extremely subtle details of all bodhisattvas practicing for all sentient beings from their first resolve. Many people read Buddhist scriptures only on a surface level, seeing a page dedicated to knowing the bodhisattvas. You might wonder, aren't bodhisattvas more advanced than us? Why must we watch every step and detail of their path? Are we supposed to teach them? In truth, this knowing isn't just intellectual knowledge, it is a deeply perceptive resonance. The extremely subtle refers to the ability to see a bodhisattva's every rising thought, every use of merit, and every layout of skillful means as if you were looking at a high-definition screen. Every pixel is crystal clear. Our teacher tells us, if you want to help others but are confused yourself, how can you lead? You must first master this bodhisattva manual. You must know how they walk, how they turn, and where they encounter obstacles, so that you can provide guidance at the exact right moment. This is called respect for the attained. In the face of truth, there is no seniority, only the order of rival. Chapter R, the abode of a bodhisattva and the stagnation of the mind. The sutra mentions the extremely subtle abode of the bodhisattva. This doesn't refer to a temple or a mountain. This abode refers to the state of mind a person stubbornly clings to. We must have the ability to observe the current state of an awakened being or a practitioner. Are they stubbornly clinging to old habits? Or are they willing to change? If they want to change, how strong is their resolve? How much of their mind is spent on the consumption of pleasure? And how much is spent on elevating their dimension of life? The teacher uses a wonderful analogy: chess. Everyone knows the rules of chess. Yet why is one person a grandmaster while another remains a duffer for life? The reason lies in vision and capacity. Some people's vision is limited to a single square. They calculate perfectly within that tiny space. But when countless squares connect into a global game, they lose sight of the big picture. They stare at immediate interests but fail to see the fatal loopholes they leave behind in the pursuit of profit. Mastering the rules is merely the technique. The true abode is one's path. If your capacity is locked in by self-interest, you will be blind to your opponent's strategy and the oncoming karmic storm. Chapter 3, Sushu in the karmic wind. Why effort often trails behind merit. Speaking of chess, we must mention Sushu in the Zhenlong chess match from demigods and semi-devils. Sushu was a young monk with mediocre skills. He barely knew how to play. Yet, with a random move, he solved a puzzle that the world's greatest masters couldn't crack. Why? The teacher gives a revolutionary explanation: it was the karmic wind of his merit pushing him. Sushu had no schemes, he simply practiced kindness and saved others. This accumulated virtue formed a massive reservoir of merit. When he stood before the chessboard, even though his mind was confused, the karmic wind pushed his hand to land on a move that was accidentally right. This reveals a brutal yet true logic: when your karmic obstacles are too heavy, your so-called intelligence becomes a hindrance. Many people live this way. When a golden opportunity or a great teacher appears, they are filled with suspicion and fear. This is the wind of affliction at work. Your karmic, retribution, and emotional obstacles act like a golden hoop tightened around your head. You are hindered by your own knowledge obstacle in the areas you don't understand. You are in total darkness. How do we break this? The teacher says towards humility. Humility is the method because the knowledge obstacle is like a cup filled with muddy water. When you think you know or are right, your mental space is full. Even if a teacher pours diamond-like wisdom into you, you cannot catch it. Conversely, if you are humble and extremely obedient, you reach a state of resonance. Naturally, you align with the teacher. What they know, you know. The teacher gives a real-world example: a disciple of the Tai Chi master who was considered too slow. He didn't learn the flair of Tai Chi, he simply served everyone. By putting himself lower than anyone else, he demagnetized himself. Consequently, the wisdom and high points of everyone else flowed into his low ground like water. In the end, without being taught specific moves, He became the most renowned successor. Chapter 4, The Theory of Demagnetization. Now, we enter today's core theory, magnetism. The friction arguments in schemes we experience in life are all because we carry a strong magnetism. The teacher compares afflictions to magnetic force. As long as your greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, and doubt remain, you are a powerful magnetic field. Like poles repel. This is the most common human tragedy. If you are greedy for $1 and I am greedy for that same dollar, our identical greed, the same magnetic pole, will cause us to repel each other. This is why people with shared negative karma often clash. Everyone wants to occupy the same space. Opposite poles attract. Your bad habits will attract the bad habits of others. If you are a complainer, you will inevitably be surrounded by complainers. You are pulled in by karma and bounced back by karma. This is what we call the mockery of fate. People ask, how do I protect myself? Can I build a shield? The teacher says that that's useless. As long as you have magnetism, the forces will still slam into you. You will find yourself bruised, crying one moment and laughing the next, because you are trapped in the field. Therefore, the ultimate defense isn't reinforcing the shield, it's demagnetization. Demagnetization means eliminating afflictions. When you are fully demagnetized, you become a neutral particle moving freely through magnetic fields. If someone tries to tempt you with profit, they cannot pull you because you have no greed. If someone tries to attack you with anger, they cannot push you because you have no resentment. This absorption power after demagnetization is a true cheat code. You don't need to fight for anything, you only need to empty yourself. And the best things in the universe will flow toward you. Chapter 1, Appreciation, the amplifier of causality. In this magnetic world, there is another law, the volume of causality. The teacher often asks, what have you done for others? What have you cherished? Many people take help or kindness for granted. This indifference is a dimensional reduction of oneself. The secret of causality is the more you cherish, the more you amplify. If you cherish every opportunity to be helped, that frequency of appreciation expands the volume of your future opportunities. If you slight the kindness of your parents or ignore a small gesture of goodwill, your life space will infinitely shrink. Look at Qiao Feng from Wuxia lore. Even when the whole world turned against him, he cherished everyone who had ever helped him. He had no resentment, only gratitude. In the end, even in his darkest hour, people returned to help him. In contrast, those who scheme and think, you are no longer useful to me, so I will discard you, eventually find their path blocked and end up alone. Chapter 2, the advanced version, the controllable magnetic field of a bodhisattva. If demagnetization isn't enough for you, the realm of a bodhisattva is even higher. A bodhisattva isn't without magnetism, they master the control of it. This is the inconceivable state of liberation. The attraction of compassion for means of gathering, using magnetism to gather sentient beings, making them feel warm and drawn to the Dharma. The repulsion of wisdom, using magnetism to push away and eliminate the negative habits and afflictions of sentient beings. They can both attract and repel while remaining liberated themselves. They don't need a shield because the body is merely a tool borrowed to help others. They don't fear schemes because they don't care about trash. Even if threatened, they do not hide, knowing it is merely the flow of karma. This equanimity becomes the strongest protection. Just like quantum entanglement, the moment a thought arises, the lotus in the Pure Land has already bloomed. Chapter 2, Conclusion, your demagnetization exercise. Let us bring this down to earth. The teacher suggests we first learn to demagnetize. The next time you find yourself feeling extreme resentment towards someone or a strong repulsion toward a decision, stop and ask yourself, is my magnetism acting up again? Am I pushing away good fortune by repelling others? The most tragic thing in the world is that everyone wants the good, yet they personally push it away. Next time an affliction arises, try to be a humble, demagnetized person. You will find that when you stop fighting the world begins to embrace you. May you find a liberation that transcends the rules in this game of life.